Trisha.
We like to party and celebrate all cultures.
We like to party.
Yes,
we like to party.
Yes, we like to party.
So on today's episode, we have some interesting stuff to talk about.
What would that be?
Oh my God, Zach. Well, I'm about to tell you.
Sweet.
Oh, yes, delicious. So.
Cut that shit out.
All right, Dad.
Cut that just...
Fucking...
Uh-uh.
I'm going to turn this car around.
Right.
I am screeching on the brakes and swinging in the back seat.
Swinging?
Swinging at the kids in the back seat.
I'm going to spank the shit out of both of you.
Oh, God.
You don't stop this bullshit.
So, what's going on?
I'm going to turn this podcast around. I don't know if you guys watch this particular podcast, but I am a fan of H3H3 as a whole. But in particular, the one that we're going to talk about today is Frenemies. So, Frenemies is basically H3H3. So Trisha Paytas,
Okay.
and Ethan Klein.
Okay. Those are the...
Damn, it's Ethan, right? Ethan?
Those are the two...
Ethan?
Those are
Ethan
two
Klein.
hosts. Explain it to me.
Those are the two hosts. They're like kind of opposites of each other.
Okay.
Trisha Paytas, I don't know if you know, she played the role that I always remember her in, and she probably is like, that was so long ago in my life, why do you have to bring it up? But the role that I remember her in is she played the heavyset Jessica Simpson in the Eminem music video. In that one Eminem music video.
Okay.
Where she was dressed as Jessica Simpson when she was in Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay.
Very long ago.
Yeah, very long. She's probably like 20 when it happened. But so she's like a social media influencer, like YouTube personality. She is known for being really all over the place.
Right.
And stuff.
Okay.
She's an influencer. That's how you influence people.
Yeah, but like she gets into a lot of like YouTube and social media drama. She is known for kind of having a very up and down, tumultuous personality. But the previous episode of Frenemies, I guess something was said that triggered her, and then she went off, and then ended up being really nasty to Ethan. But this isn't the first time that it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because of the last time, they ended up having Dr. Drew on, and Dr. Drew kind of talked them through how they need to deal with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so he tried to utilize some of those tools by like being as cool, calm, and collected as possible. And I mean, it didn't diffuse the situation, and she ended up storming off. But then she always kind of apologizes, and they talk it out, which is a good for their relationship, and then or good on their relationship. And then the following episode, they ended up having Dr. Drew on, and Dr. Drew kind of talked to them through the whole thing again. And then they had already planned to do a personality test thing to see who was the most narcissistic out of each of them and the people in their studio. So, in doing so, they found that Ethan is actually 7 out of 40. The national average is 15. So
15 is the average?
Yeah, 15 is the average,
Okay.
the national average. And Ethan scored a 7 out of 40,
Okay.
which they were saying is actually kind of low.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were joking around about him being a cuck or whatever, but
Yeah, fuck you.
Damn.
You called me that.
Well, yeah, because I got it. I got it from the show. So, but Trisha ended up getting a 30, and I think they said the highest recorded score that they had got, I guess, which was It was 34, which they got from, I forgot her name, but she was on the Howard Stern show, the black lady.
Robin?
I don't
Is that her
remember her
name?
name, but
Pretty sure
I
it's
know who you're
Robin.
talking about.
Robin?
Wait, what'd she get?
34
Holy shit.
out of 40. Yeah.
I always remembered her being like the nice one.
Well, Dr. Drew was actually saying was explaining that there's actually a lot of nuances to certain narcissistic tendencies. So people who view themselves as empathetic and that are hyper empathetic and stuff, in a lot of cases, it could be that they're being hyper empathetic because they see their problems in your problems.
Okay.
So they're taking on your problems as their own, so they want to solve them for themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I find pretty interesting.
It was very interesting.
It's kind of very interesting.
And I'm not
agree.
going to throw this person's name out there, but I very much feel like I see that specific characteristic in somebody that I know very well.
Okay.
Zach. So no, not you.
Yeah, that's not who I was thinking about.
But so with all that information, basically, so I thought it would be interesting if each of us took the same test that they took and see where we all score. So we did take the test, and I have our scores right here.
Yeah, I watched you do it.
So actually, so surprisingly, so just to reiterate, the national average is 15. All right, 15 out of 40. And guess whose average is fuck? Henry. Henry actually got exactly a 15 out of 40.
I'm not happy and I'm not sad.
Yeah, I
Just
think
even.
your higher scores were in the areas of like what, authority and stuff like that, or
Oh yeah, I took a picture.
Pictures, yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm vain. That's the number one.
vanity.
Vanity, and then the following up that took second place is superiority and exploitiveness.
Damn, really?
And then third place was authority, then entitlement. And the lowest one is exhibitionism.
Exhibitionism.
So like I don't like to show off my body, I guess.
Damn, so your entitlement was high?
That was like technically fourth place.
Oh. What was the other one? What was your top three?
Or vanity, superiority, and exploitiveness.
Exploitiveness. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, that is weird.
So let's get to our scores and then we'll dissect some of this.
Okay.
All right. So surprisingly, Henry actually was the highest. So
I wasn't surprised at all. I'm awesome.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I think Zach did the test wrong. So
There's no wrong way of doing that test.
yeah. We'll get to it when we come to you. So I actually got a stone cold 7. 7.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number
11.
11. I got a 7, so I guess I'm similar to Ethan, and we're both cucks. No, it's fine. But yeah, both of us. I mean, I feel like I took a similar approach to it as he had explained, which he was kind of saying
How do you
like.
explain it?
Well, he was just basically saying like some of them just seemed like obviously messed up to answer them that way.
For sure.
Like the one where it's like what were some of the ones that you were just like, oh, I would never answer something so like crass like this. Like I deserve whatever, you know?
Oh yeah.
Or I'm
like,
definitely
I feel,
superior than others. I'm so special.
Do you think
Yeah.
how like you read the question and how you interpreted it in your mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Really
that's
just,
definitely like a big part of it. Because also some of the ones, I didn't feel either of them, but I definitely felt less of one stronger. Like I'm definitely not that one.
Yeah.
So I'll just go with this other one.
Yeah. That's, I think, contributed to my score.
Yeah. But mine was kind of lower than I anticipated it to be.
I'll be honest, I don't think I'm the score that I'm at.
No, I don't think any of us think you are.
Yeah.
And I have a hypothesis on why you might have gotten that score.
Wait, before...
Well, I think it's because of the way that I interpreted some of the questions with some specific wording.
I think you are so granular and like really... I think you struggle a lot with...
He's granular.
Granular? Oh, Zach Granular. I think you struggle with interpretation a lot.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, and it's something I do know about you. So it's one of those things that I know, like, because it happens to me sometimes, but definitely the amount that because just talking to you, sometimes I'll say something, and if there's like even if it's a far away second way to interpret it, you always take that one, and then I'm just like, what the fuck?
How did you take it that way?
Why'd you
Because my brain is fucking thinking
You're the best
of everything, and then it just
dancer of the group.
here's a prime like visual for it. It's like a slot machine in Vegas, but with all the possibilities, and I just go and I wait, and whichever one pops up, that's the one I give. Because I'm like, this could mean anything.
Wait,
because I'm so
what did you
into
just
my
say
head.
to me?
Yeah, like for instance, okay, so like this is obviously like a dumb example, but just to give an illustration, if you're like, hey, it's like Amelia Bedelia almost sometimes, just sometimes, where if you're like, hey, Zach, go ahead, take a seat, and then you're like, where do you want me to take it? You know what I mean? Take it where?
Take
No,
it where?
sit down.
So Zach got a 3. Oh, we got to talk about your guys' vanity and everything. Where'd you score the highest?
Oh yeah, so let's see. So I scored. So on authority, actually, so vanity was my highest, and that makes sense because I said
We're
like,
good-looking gentlemen.
well, I tried to be really honest. Oh, thank you.
There's another
Oh
example.
shit, my vanity went up. No. Where I answered on one of the questions on a few of the questions where it just is kind of the case, but I don't know if it really, how much it really is based on vanity. It might be just another quirk. But one of them was like, do you like to look at yourself in the mirror? And I was like, I definitely do. And then it's like, oh, do you look at your body? But on it, I answered the one question where it was like, do you think your body is something special or something? I don't think it's particularly special in comparison to what I would like it to look like and what other people have in their muscles.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, some of them were also like, yeah, do you like the way your body looks? And the other one is like, my body makes me feel sick. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna say I like my body.
You're not giving me too many
myself
options right now.
yeah. Well, yeah, I don't feel shitty about my body. I'm very happy with it. But I'm also aware that like it could look better, and I plan on making it look better. And I'm gonna, I want to look like a god, So unless I look like a Greek god,
It's not special.
it's not special.
Well,
Like someone with a special. I'm also into UFC, and there's so many of them have very special bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Francis Ngannou.
Like Francis Ngannou, like Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero. You don't know any of these people, Zach.
He's just naming off beefcakes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's after vanity?
Superiority was my second highest. I heard some laughter.
That was not
Then what's your third?
not for anybody on camera.
Authority was my third, and then
So we got like the same score.
well, yeah, but I had
On
way
that
less
list.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then exploitiveness was my fourth one, and I don't have anything in the other one. I guess I'm not entitled at all. That's a relief.
Zach, what'd you get?
I only got 2.
Well, wait. So let's point out. So Zach got the lowest score out of all of us, and we're gonna get into it after he reads off his stuff. But Henry mentioned it. But let me mention it again. He got a 3, which is very
I heard some
low.
laughing.
Which is very low.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
It's not. I don't know. I don't fucking know if it's
Well,
a bad thing,
I'm
good
saying
thing, I
it
don't know.
because he definitely did the test wrong. Because this motherfucker's not a 3.
Yeah, Zach, you're a solid 10.
I would say I
But-
would be average, but I mean,
have,
again, like you were saying with the interpretation.
yeah, you struggle with that. But I also have a hypothesis on a potential reason, and maybe they probably factored this in because it's a very old test. But I think that there's a factor that could answer why he potentially got such a low score, even though, which might be why he comes off more where we would think he was narcissistic, like more narcissistic than a 3, but his score actually is a 3. So we'll get into that in just a second. But
Can't wait to hear this.
yeah, so let's see.
Self-sufficiency is my highest one,
That makes sense.
and then
But there's that, yeah, 2 points. So he got 2 in self-sufficiency and 1 in
wait, what?
the
How
other
do you
one.
know I got 2?
Because you only have 3 points.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. The fuck? And then
Exhibitionism?
dyslexia is kicking in.
Oh, I think you got an 85 on that. No, it's fine. So exhibitionism, you got a 1.
Yeah.
So okay. Because I think you answered that I publicly lick toes question.
There was no such question.
I'm glad I wasn't there to see that.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, dude.
But
I wish you were, because then I would have had, somebody to like help me.
no, I at least would have recorded that shit.
Like
some-
help
some
me
money.
make sense of all this, Henry. That's what I was saying when it was happening.
Well,
I was like, Henry.
That and I would get Zach's humor in it because he was doing it to gross you out.
Yeah, which it
And
did.
I appreciate it when somebody goes above and beyond to do a bit or a joke, and Zach went there.
You think
And Zach,
I enjoyed doing that?
Zach, I salute you for that.
Well, yeah, Henry would have gotten such a kick out of it. But then, actually, I'm glad Henry wasn't there, because if Henry was there, you probably would have done it longer.
Just egg you on.
No, I don't think I would have done it
No.
longer.
That was long enough.
I think
man.
you'd have
Yeah, that's exactly.
because
It was long enough,
if you did do it any longer, you'd probably start going. Ugh.
probably.
That would have been so funny if you
But
threw up
maybe
on
not,
her
who
feet.
knows? I could think I didn't.
I can just imagine. Oh, Zach! And then Alexander's like,
Oh man!
It
And
just
then
started
what if I
chain
like
reaction.
just did the Eric Andre thing and just started slurping it back up?
oh, fuck, dude. And then Andy would go from cute Andy to real Andy.
Like
Andy would be like, "Oh, Zach, are you okay? Hey, oh, Zach, holy fuck!
What the fuck? Oh,
What the fuck, Zach?
you guys better clean this up.
Alex, clean it up. What the fuck? I'm not touching that.
the things you gotta do for comedy.
I'd be like, I'm out of here.
I'm going to a hotel. I'm not staying here anymore." All right, so I actually do think that well, Henry and I both agree that your score seems really low
I'm
for
just
you
trying to trick you guys.
since we do know you.
I'm actually a 47.
But I do hypothesize that you potentially got such a low score, and maybe you are a lower score, even though you seem like not a little bit more narcissistic than that. Because, and don't get offended. This is.
Oh, I'll get offended.
Oh, okay. So that's why the score is wrong.
You have low self-esteem, buddy.
Yeah.
I do.
You
have
need
low
to fucking
self-esteem.
look in the mirror and
I thought that was very.
exhibitionist yourself on OnlyFans and help boost that self-esteem and make some money while you're at it.
Yeah.
That won't boost my self-esteem.
But you have
Why
low
not?
internal self-esteem. But in order to counteract it, I feel like you play it up. Just in general social interaction, but then how you actually feel about yourself in private is less than how you function.
Oh, you should. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that joke. Sorry.
Well, that I should bring up.
No, it was something about me.
Oh, okay.
And me being in private.
His penis.
No, but I mean, yeah,
Some risky business.
I've always had low self-esteem because nobody really encouraged me or told me that.
Your esteem should be higher.
I guess.
Well, that you're good at stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Growing up, at least. I mean, now, sometimes.
Yeah, you need some of those self-affirmations.
Yeah.
The
Didn't get
that
any
little
of that.
kid that was like, I am smart.
Yeah.
I am blessed. I can do anything. My mom was always like, Henny, you're awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get any.
Keep
of that.
kicking ass. And I was a little kid with long hair, and I was like,
I would get
"Okay,
yelled at if I
Mom."
wasn't doing something right.
yeah! And I'd
You
fight
do what?
kids.
I would get yelled at if I wasn't doing something right. Not yelled at, but my dad would get pretty fucking frustrated.
That's how my family was.
That's how dads kind of like a default reaction because they don't know how to properly communicate,
Or have
have their
patience
emotions. Yeah.
to try to teach a kid how to play golf.
You're not holding the flashlight right.
You keep opening up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, golf and everything.
So
But
it's like, yeah.
yeah, my
wasn't
dad
very
would be like,
encouraging.
"You could do anything except for that." That.
Yeah.
If you put your mind to it, you could be average. No, but yeah, I do think, but I also don't think that your self-esteem should be fucking a 3, or that you should be that low. Like, well, okay, let's see. Like, out of the questions that we can remember, so you probably didn't say much about, like, you don't really care about your body or think that it's anything special.
Yeah.
You
'cause
don't look
it's-
at yourself
yeah.
in the mirror.
I do.
You do. So you put yeah on that one.
But it's like I interpret that one wrong.
Oh, how did you interpret it?
Very literal.
Oh,
It's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think
See, that's what I'm saying. The
it's like, yeah.
interpretation, because like, it. So okay, here's another example that really illustrates how, Zach's he has such a strongly literal interpretation of stuff. So if he does, like, for instance, if he does something like, let's say, he often kicks his shoes off when he comes into a house or something, right? Like, kicks them all, like,
Yeah.
right? But then, every once in a while he'll place them, right? But then when he comes over one time and then he keeps kicking his shoes off and it hits the wall and then it's making a stain on the wall, so then you complain like, yo, dude, can you stop doing that? You always kick your shoes off. And he's like, always? I don't always kick my shoes off.
Yeah. Very, very literal.
Like last Thursday, I placed them.
I don't kick my shoes off, by the way. Just FYI.
Yeah.
That was
So it has
just an
to, it
example.
almost has to be, it would have to literally be always in order for him to accept that terminology. Because I remember when we first started living together, which he doesn't do this as much anymore, but he's like the semantics king. So if you're having a conversation and you're focusing on trying to get to a point, if anywhere on your journey to the point when you're talking to Zach, you use like a broad term for something that's, or like some kind of like, always, or this shit happens all the time or something, he'll be like, he'll stop you right there and like, how is it all the time? Tell me all the times that it happened, or like explain to me how it's so often or something.
Every day. I pee blood every day, Zach. I keep telling you this.
Every day. You need a doctor.
So then
But always? You pee like 10 times a day. Is there blood in every pee you take?
You'd be dead, or
I mean, you would be, I think, probably. You need a doctor.
So that would be, so if you, unless you'd have to be really like think about the way you were talking in order to not hit roadblocks, which early on when we were living together, that happened a lot, and then later it didn't. But also that probably played a role when we had that whole misunderstanding. It was like a Three's Company episode where we were like we started arguing.
Oh, about Marissa debacle.
About a girl. We were arguing about a girl, but we know two people named Marissa, but the other person named Marissa is like, we weren't even living in the same city as her anymore, and like she was somewhere else, and he had just recently started talking to somebody who was named Marissa at like then. So I was talking about that Marissa, and then he, for some reason, was thinking that I was talking about the other Marissa, and then we just keep arguing about it.
And it progressively got worse.
Yeah, it progressively got more and more amped. Where, because I was trying to get him to admit that he would be upset if one of the friends, like, it was a discussion about, even though you're not dating somebody, if he would be upset, or no, even though you're not official, like that's not your girlfriend, if because he's like courting her or dating her, if he would still be upset if one of the friends like was like fucking her or something, or having sex with her.
Yeah.
Right? And then he walked in on it or something. And I started getting pretty graphic. But
Didn't it come to head, or you guys realize that you were talking about different people when it was like, she has red hair? It's like, no, she has blonde hair.
Well, yeah,
what?
So the way that it culminated was, I was just like, so seriously, dude, if you walked into a room and you saw Matt having sex with her doggy style from behind, and he has a handful of blonde hair, and then he was like, well, that's where you're fucking wrong already. She has red hair, idiot. And I was like, she has fucking blonde hair. Are you dumb? And then he's like, oh my God, how long have we known her? She has red hair. I was like, we've known her for like 2 months. She has blonde hair. And then he's like, what are you talking about? And then finally, both of us are like,
it took a second.
Oh, and then he's like, oh, you're talking about the Marissa here? The now Marissa. Yeah, now Marissa. Oh, I thought you were talking about LA Marissa. Why would I be talking about LA Marissa? I don't know.
And then I immediately answered.
And then he was like, yeah, I'd be bad.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed.
I'd be pretty pissed. And then he just started cracking up. But yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's, I guess, that's pretty much sums that portion of my life up. I don't do it as much.
Yeah, but I think you're more than... Yeah, he's definitely gotten much better about it since then.
I learn.
Yeah. I think it also helps that, we don't know a lot of people with the same names that he would be hooking up with.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's good for not arguing.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Well, yeah. So, with all that said, I do want to end it on, I do think that Zach is probably a little bit more than a 3. And I would hope that we could slowly get you to Henry's level.
In terms of self-esteem, yes.
Yeah.
all started going downhill as soon as my mom died.
Damn, so you were higher?
I'd have gotten like a 30.
Holy shit.
I'm doing these eyes right now because in the camera it looks like I have Cyclops eyes.
Oh, those are the narcissism eyes?
Yeah.
He likes looking at himself in the mirror.
I can't avert my own gaze.
Yeah. But all right. So, Zach's a 3. I'm a 7. Henry's a 15. All right. Well, now I believe it is time. It is time to duel.
God damn it, he had a stroke.
Going to the hospital.
All right, so we're gonna play a quick game called Who Am I?
Alex.
Good job. So basically, in this game, it's basically guess who. So each of us are gonna take turns. Naming the characteristics?
Yeah, someone has to either name off like physical traits, characteristics.
Oh no, was it that,
Things like that.
each of you guys keep asking me questions and like try to figure out what I am?
Yeah,
like 21 questions.
Yeah, like 20 questions.
Okay.
Is it 21?
Yeah, I think it's 21 questions. I'm
Is he
thinking
21?
21 questions just because of the 50 Cent song. 21
Candy Shop?
questions.
Oh, sorry.
All about us. Would you still love me if I was locked up? I think
No.
that's the wrong lyric. But yeah, so I guess let's play 21 questions. So right for this episode, we're just gonna just do no theme, anybody, anything you could think of. Are we gonna do inanimate objects? Just people.
Just people.
All right.
I guess just
people right now, anything, anybody. All right. So who's gonna go first? Rock, paper, scissors.
I was
ejaculate.
going to volunteer myself.
Oh,
I
volunteer.
guess.
Volunteer. All right, go ahead, Zach. Damn, I'm touching the shit out of my mouth.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I pick this person real quick.
Are you dead or alive?
Alive.
You're alive.
No, the person.
Yeah. I mean,
I am alive too, but yeah, it's not me.
are you famous?
No.
Are you Jackie Chan?
No.
Are you someone we? Why would you waste?
Do you guys get 21 questions
Yeah,
each?
21. Yeah, so that was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Are you somebody that we know?
Yes.
Oh shit. 4.
Are you white?
No.
Are you funny? Like, do we all think you're funny?
Depends on who that person. It depends on how their relationship is.
Do Henry or I think that this person's funny? You are funny.
One of you do.
Anthony?
No.
Fuck. So that I wasted one. So that's 7. All right.
Are
go.
you black?
Yes.
Wait. So, he's black. Is this person related to any of us?
Yes.
Your brother?
No.
My dad?
Yes.
Good one.
Nice. Damn. I didn't. Okay.
You said anybody.
Who's
Yeah,
next?
that's good. Yeah, I'll go first. I'll go next. Woo. All right. Don't get mad at me for this. Go.
How are you gonna open that up? Don't get mad. Okay. Are they famous?
Yes.
Is it Naruto?
No.
He's famous.
So they're famous, okay. Are they alive?
No.
Is it Michael Jackson?
No. Damn, you just...
I still got my 21 questions, right?
No, you guys
combined.
share 21, yeah.
Oh, you bitch. Stop. Stop doing that. God damn it. I was counting my own...
Oh, shit.
Famous, dead.
Are you white?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it.
Famous, white, doesn't act,
Dead.
doesn't make music.
Are you Hitler?
No.
Important person?
Yes.
Were you a president?
No.
Author?
I think so, yeah.
Are you famous for killing somebody?
No.
Were they involved in any type of activism?
Activism? Define exactly how you...
Like in, what would you call a person that is very involved with any type of civil rights movement?
No. I guess it's
Is it Ragnar Lothbrok?
No.
Okay, well, shit. He's the one that brought Vikings over to fucking Wessex and shit and started that whole bullshit. And...
Okay. So, just to expound upon the civil rights thing.
Oh, Moses. I'm just kidding. That was...
God damn. Who are you thinking about that's dead, white, famous, isn't an actor, an actress.
Not famous in that, but important.
Not famous for music. Did they die within the last 5 years?
No.
Oh.
So they're dead before that.
Is it Tolkien?
No.
Damn it. It's like Lord of the Rings is important to me.
There was no civil rights activists for it, though, right? I don't think so. 2 more or 1 more?
3 more.
3 more?
Yeah. I
Oh.
count Japanesey.
Oh,
Boom,
gotcha.
boom, and boom.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Haven't. Okay. So they didn't die within the last 5 years. So that means they died before that. Okay. That makes sense.
It's a lot of time before the last 5 years.
What was that?
There's a lot of time before the last 5 years.
Yeah, but I had a few people in my head. And that narrows all of them out.
Did you learn about this person in school?
Yes.
Did this happen in the Americas?
Yes.
Is it Christopher Columbus?
No.
Who is it?
Was it close
Benjamin
to that?
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
That's why I said potentially like one of the biggest civil rights situations, the independence, American independence.
I wouldn't consider that very important. I would consider like
What?
freeing slaves. I mean, I don't know if that is that.
It's just kind of the questions.
What's like
we
rights?
gave
The
him.
rights of American citizens as being their own, because they were trying to get away from.
I should have
British.
asked if he was an inventor.
I wanted to ask if he was
Wore glasses.
political, but then you were like, "Is he a president?" And then I totally forgot. And he said,
Yeah.
no. I was like, "Oh, well,"
Okay.
because I was trying to go to the political route.
Oh yeah. Well, he wasn't a president, but he is on money.
And he was political
Yeah.
because he's on money.
Yeah. It is time for a Chronicles of Reddit.
As As Samuel L. Jackson would say, hold on to your butts. He said that, right? I forget what movie it was.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it was Jurassic Park. Hold on to your butts.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson.
In Jurassic Park? Hold on to your butts?
Well, he also said that in Shaft when he was shafting the ladies.
Oh, yeah. No, really, this one is going to be interesting. I think I'm just going to start with the title and then get into the story. So, title. How do I, female, 21 years of age, tell my little sisters, 16, 14, 8, the real reason I'm moving out without bashing my parents? And this is where you should hold on to your butts. My mom had me at 18, right out of high school. Long story short, my dad died at 19 while he was away at university. Then my mom remarried at 21 and had my sisters. My stepdad, we'll call him Scott, was the only father I've known. He's been a great father. Nothing out of the ordinary. Absolutely perfect parenting until I turned about 19. I remember Scott was becoming a little more touchy than normal and a little too personal. He would offer me wine. I declined. And would ask me about my sex life after one too many glasses. I brushed it off because I thought maybe he was being a nosy father and just wanted to make sure his daughter wasn't having sex. Well, the stepdaughter. You guys understand that relationship, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Then this kind of stuff continued to the point where my stepdad tried to kiss me last year. I told my mom and she just laughed and told me that's how it gets after too many drinks. I knew then I had to make plans to leave, so I started saving up. After that incident, things died down a bit until my mom got pregnant at 39. It's a higher risk pregnancy, so she's on a lot of bed rest and taking extra care of herself per her doctor. A couple weeks ago, my mom and Scott sat me down. Hold on to your butts. A couple weeks ago, my mom and Scott sat me down and told me her doctor said she should avoid sex during her pregnancy due to various health reasons I won't get into. They asked me if I could have sex with Scott just until she was able to have sex again. Of course, I said no. I was livid. I was crying. She told me she'd be okay with it, and she'd be in the room as well. I told her that was even worse. Like, what are they thinking? I have enough money now for an apartment. I got approved. I'm signing my lease next week. My parents are ignoring me, and the whole house is full attention. My younger sisters don't understand what's going on, and my mom told me not to say anything. But my sisters are smart. They know something is really up, and won't stop asking me about it, especially the oldest. She came to me crying today and told me I better tell her what's going on right now. I didn't say anything. So any advice? What do I tell her? What do I say to the younger ones? How do I tell a 16-year-old about this without being inappropriate or bashing my parents? I'm not done. Update.
I slept with my stepfather.
TLDR, which means it's like a short summary of the last post, and I'll just read it just to reiterate. Basically, my mom and stepdad asked me to have sex with my stepdad. I declined, freaked out, and am now leaving. My concern is for my sisters. Update. My aunt did what she said she was going to do. Then she didn't mention anything in the original post or this update about an aunt, but I'm assuming she was talking to people and answered a few questions in the comments that I couldn't find. So her aunt's in the picture. My aunt did what she said she was going to do. She barged in with 3 other people, one of them a social worker friend of hers, who was off duty, and my uncle. None of them are allowed at the house, so as soon as Scott found out they were there, he called the police. Before the police even showed up, I told my 16-year-old sister and the 14-year-olds what happened. The 16-year-old got angry at her dad. Let me redo that. Before the police even showed up, I told my 16-year-old sister and 14-year-olds what had happened. The 16-year-old got angry at her dad. She was walking around the house, ranting at her dad and crying. eventually decided to come with my aunt and I, and then we would figure out where she could go on from there. However, the two 14-year-olds did not believe me. They actually started laughing. Then they got angry and told me I was trying to destroy our family, and how could you make up a sick lie? I got to the point where they threw my and my 16-year-old sister's stuff out the window. By that time, the cops came and told my aunt, uncle, and the social worker they had to leave the property. The social worker friend let the cops know everything that's been going on. The cops didn't care. They just cared about the noise and the trespassers. So I, my 16-year-old sister, my aunt, and uncle, and their friend left. Very soon after, my grandparents came and got the 3 other girls after the 14-year-olds called them and came to their senses. I found out by my grandma that one of the 14-year-olds confronted her dad, and he didn't deny anything. In fact, he called me a whore and said I should have had any problems doing what he asked. That's when they packed a bag and called my grandparents. My grandparents explained everything separately to the little one. She told my grandpa she prefers him to our dad because grandpa doesn't yell at her. That's funny. As much as that pained me, I hope it's enough to keep the girls at my grandparents for good. My 16-year-old sister is going to emancipate herself and stay with either our grandparents or aunt. Child Protective Services was called, but it was my grandparents this time. I have multiple screenshots on my and my aunt's phone of my mother incriminating herself. So we will be able to file charges and hopefully get Scott on the SO registry. That way the girls can stay at their grandparents permanently. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate each and every one of your comments. And to the survivors who shared their stories, you are all so strong. Thank you.
That is fucked up.
Hold on to your butts.
That is crazy. But
Damn.
Well, I mean, I guess
what?
I was gonna say I don't know if this considered like us giving advice because she already figured it all out, essentially. But
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Well, I'm happy to weigh in.
Yeah, definitely.
One is, I do sometimes have an issue with, like for instance, trying to get somebody on the sex offender registry by using like kind of overly intricate reasoning, if that makes sense. Just because she isn't a minor nor his biological kid, what he did makes him a super creep. Both of the parents are pieces of shit and gigantically creepy for this.
Yeah.
But as far as like actually being able to be on the sexual, like a sexual offender registry or being like a sexual predator, I feel like you'd have to prove that he
did in fact do something.
Well, that or that he manipulated the mom and all that kind of stuff. And I think that that's a little bit too much to have to try to prove, and just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And then in part, I do feel like a lot of times people do that kind of stuff because they don't want to blame the mom, but the mom is just as much to blame in being compliant with something so sick.
Yeah, that's just, it's like, motherfucker just beat off for 9 months.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
But the thing is, the parents, or the mom is pretty young.
You want to have sex with my daughter that you watched grow up and help raise? That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's fucking gross.
You want to sit there and watch?
Yeah, the mom is disgusting for the... Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one to kink shame, but it's like, if you want to do that shit, like, go online and fucking roleplay that weird ass shit.
That's why
why'd you have to
gross.
like try to rope your stepdaughter into your
Let's
whole...
actually do this.
Brazzers makes so much of that material so you don't have to do it in real life.
Or you could just fucking go on... You can actually go on Reddit as a couple and be like, yo, we're looking for a third.
Yeah, not your fucking kid, you weirdos.
Especially for the mom. That's weird. That's
the thing is like, for where some, like a lot of people when it's based on just the rules, people's lines are exactly where the rules are. So his line wasn't like for all technical purposes, other than biological, she was his daughter because he raised her from really young.
Yeah.
So most of the same emotions should be there.
The mom got remarried at 21. The mom had the daughter at 18.
Yeah.
So she was only like 3 years
3 years
old. And
old.
the dad.
So you should. So if the only reason that you're not like trying to fuck your own like technically like or your own 18-year-old daughters is because they are just blood related, then that's already a problem. So that's like you're following the rules, but it's still fucked up.
And I'm assuming this was the UK? Because some of the wordage is like
uni.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's across the pond.
Yeah. That's again
It still doesn't make a difference to me.
Like some southern like gross incestual bullshit.
Oh, what? This is like Essex.
Mm-hmm. I was almost
not
hesitant
Essex.
to share the story because
Geordie.
I got really cringed out and I was like, ugh.
That one's so funky. But
This is like British redneck shit.
Like Pikeys or something.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What do you mean you won't have sex with your stepfather and let me watch?
What? You don't like older men? He's only 40?
And she's sitting there like, yeah, baby, you're next. Getting you ripe and ready.
Do you think they made up
Getting you ripe and ready.
the medical issues for the mom?
She's
I don't know.
39.
She is pretty young.
Yeah.
We know why she's a younger mother, but like, yeah, that whole scenario is fucked up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I know it's easy to quickly be mad at the 14-year-olds, but then you also have to understand, like, their whole fucking world is crashing down.
Yeah.
So
and then
they're gonna lash out.
they did confront him and he didn't even deny it.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, fuck, our dad's sick.
We're going to Gramps.
Yeah, I mean, that dude, the thing is, I think he deserves to have, like, the book come down on him, but I'm just saying, just because, as a devil's advocate, that, you know, I don't know if he could fit in the actual sexual offender registry.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they are in the UK or somewhere.
But I
Not in America. I don't know how the law works.
yeah, how it works out there. But I'm definitely an advocate for his kids being taken away.
Bro, 100%.
Especially he has all fucking daughters.
He has a
Fucking creep.
small little, 8-year-old?
Yeah, both.
And a newborn.
Yeah.
Or not a newborn, yeah, but going to
Who's
be a
that guy
newborn.
in Game of Thrones? Was it Cragler?
Cragler?
Yeah, like past the Northern Wall, he would like have like he's the one that pretty much had
Craster.
all the
Craster.
Craster, not Cragler. Craster's keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
like that
the
gross
incest with all his daughters and shit. And
Yeah.
sacrificed all the male babies to the White Walkers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this dude is like that.
Yeah.
Except worse.
Oh, God,
He's
dude.
fucking-
This
and he's been fucking. He's been fucking for years.
God.
It's like, so good on you for stopping that from happening.
Yeah. Way to go.
Because
Yeah, she kind of.
what happens when your stepdad gets you pregnant? That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
And then your baby gets given away to ice zombies.
Yeah. But how do you not know? I just understand how they don't like the house. For some people, the boundary literally is just like the one thing. Like, oh, like that. That's the same type of shit with Trump. If Ivanka didn't share his DNA, he would be trying to fuck her. And he said that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, not understanding that boundary, like, well, and for him, it's probably a little different because we know that Trump did not raise her. So it's just basically, it's just a beautiful woman who has his DNA. And then he's just like, fuck, why you have my DNA though? Because I don't want to I'm not gonna do that. But
I
Grab you
want
by
to
the
pay
pussy.
you for sex.
I want to grab you by the pussy. Just get a good grip.
yeah, but yeah, if you raise
Like a bowling ball.
if you raise somebody like that, you should have that like feeling of that, like what maternity or like that or paternity. You should have that feeling of paternity towards your kid,
Yeah.
even if it's not your blood kid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I could raise anybody, no matter how hot they ended up being, and want to fuck them.
I'm sorry. That just
Yeah.
that sentence is just so weird to hear.
You gotta,
Right?
like, it's some old boy shit.
Yeah, but he was hypnotized into it.
You gotta
can't-
hypnotize into that shit to actually get it to work. And even then, you find out that shit happens. You want to go back to a different you want to get that hypnotist back to fucking take it out of your brain again.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
like that shit's
It's weird.
funky.
There's some crazy ass motherfuckers.
And you know, though, the part that kind of sucks, even though, because I really like and admire this person, Morgan Freeman kind of did that. He married his stepdaughter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is pretty gross.
Yeah. But
Did he
she was
raise her?
up for it. Maybe that dude is like a fan of Morgan Freeman. I don't know.
Did he raise her though?
I think so. To some degree. Maybe not at the beginning, but for...
Didn't Woody Allen do that shit?
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's when it's fucked up. That's like the whole grooming thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I do also feel like people categorize certain things as grooming when it's not necessary. I feel like grooming has to really be like you're raising a kid with fucked up ideals on something so that they're confused on it late when they finally turn 18 and their understanding is fucked up.
Yeah.
Not you're just raising this kid well and nice and then they just like you.
Yeah.
And then you switch it up on them like, oh, if you really love me, then you have to show it in a sexual way, which is super fucked up. But I feel like that's not really grooming. I feel like grooming is when you really are like fucking up their understanding of how you're supposed to socialize with somebody so that when they turn 18, they're like stuck to you.
Yeah.
Or like they feel like they can't they're like manipulated into thinking that they can't function without you, so then they'll do whatever you request, and now that they're 18, if your request is sex, they're like, sure. You know, that's grooming to me.
Yeah.
All this is so fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
I agree, dude.
Or grooming, like, you know, giving them baths
And combing their hair.
Well,
until they're adults.
Then every good father is fucking a piece of shit, if
Well,
that's the definition of grooming.
on the
If you're
bright
giving
side,
your daughter a bath and she's a teenager,
Then hey,
that's the bad grooming.
no, not if she has Down syndrome.
on the bright side,
Yeah. Even then,
Or
though,
paraplegic.
on the bright side,
those people get assaulted too, though.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to think of like a actual
Ways it would
innocent
be
bathing,
appropriate.
like a truly innocent bathing.
If they're a vegetable.
Yeah, but yeah, those people do. Yeah, or
Even then, those people get assaulted. Have you seen Kill Bill?
on the bright side,
Wait! Did you hear about the paraplegic?
I've been
lady
waiting for a
who was in a
while.
coma? The woman in a coma who got pregnant. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just trying to flip this around for some
Positivity.
positivity.
Yeah, flip it around,
on the
Zach.
bright side. Let's fucking give a handout, an applause for this
Smart, young,
Smart,
independent woman.
independent woman for quickly recognizing what the hell is going on
Yeah.
and then putting things into motion
and then
So
saving her
nothing.
sisters.
and then saving her sisters.
Real quick, and this might come off fucked up, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I hope it doesn't. Maybe her parents, until this point, raised her too well. Like because it sounds like they raised her like she was really happy with her childhood.
Yeah, up until she turned.
So
about
they
18,
raised her to
19.
be like a strong, independent, good-hearted woman, and then they try to do something gross and shisty out of nowhere, and then they're like, "Oh fuck! Like we didn't play
shit.
the long game on this. We should have groomed."
Oh my god.
No, okay. So yeah, it's a mismanagement of strategy on their part, but
That's one way of
they are
putting it.
so fucked up nonetheless.
Yeah.
Or
Good.
what if like she's just really hot?
That's what I said. No matter how hot, I'm not gonna try to fuck you if I raised you.
Ugh.
It's fucking disgusting. Like Jesus
Ew.
Christ. Like at what point is it basically like that's the kind of like mentality that like you feel like you just like if you see somebody hot you just feel like almost like rapey where it's like oh like but you're just so hot like I feel like I need to fuck you or whatever. It's like there's so many amazingly hot women and men in this entire world that many of us plebeians are never gonna get the fuck. Get over it.
Yep. That's just
Plenty of
that's
beautiful
just life.
people who have been assaulted.
Because those people didn't get over it. No, but
By their stepfathers and mothers.
no.
Well, I told you to
yeah.
hold on to your butts.
Yeah, no. This is really upsetting. Because
somebody might want to penetrate your butt, and
yeah,
they
but that
could be
that is
related to
true
you.
though. Like people, it is kind of fucked up though because it does seem like whenever there's beauty present in certain situations where somebody feels like they have some kind of either dominion or a relationship that they can manipulate to get what they want out of a beauty or out of it somebody that they find so beautiful
Yeah.
or an accessible beauty, they try to do that shit.
Well,
Because like people do that with like friendships and stuff, but then that's a little bit different because sometimes those pretty people just want people to drool over them, and then they know that their friends have crushes on them,
Yeah.
but then they just keep
Attention
it that way and
whores.
never address it.
They like
So
the
that's
attention.
different. I don't know why I brought that shit up, but
I don't
yeah,
know.
don't try to fuck your step kids, you ass clown.
After you raised them for 10, 11 years.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one
fucking
thing
gross.
if like you marry a woman who has adult children, and then you're like, oh my god, your daughter's fucking hot. You're still a fucking creep, but that's more understandable. You didn't raise that person.
Yeah.
Still an asshole, though.
Yeah, so we're going to end this episode with don't fuck children, especially if you've raised them. But
Well,
just don't fuck
yes.
children.
No
Don't-
matter how far they get from the number 18, you piece of shit.
I think it should be don't fuck your children.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, did you?
any child.
Did she
Well,
not-
I mean, yeah, but specifically for
She
this.
turned into an adult. I get that. But, like, don't
Yeah.
fuck the
Well-
person that you raised.
Yeah,
Well, like
don't
what?
Fuck children, don't
is the
fuck your
technicality you
children.
didn't sign the adoption paper? Like, what the fuck? Dude?
Yeah, it's so.
I just don't get it. Why are you doing this, Francis?
Well, my wife is pregnant and she can't have sex because little Shill has medical issues. So I need to fuck.
Jerk off, you piece
I
of shit.
Yeah, your stepdad needs to fuck, so you're gonna fuck him as I watch.
Like, go to Amsterdam or something. Like, take a trip and get
That's
a
some-
prostitute. Don't fuck your kid.
Yeah, that's
like,
some precious shit. It's like,
yeah.
then you're going to get AIDS from your stepdad.
Pretty much.
God.
So yeah, let's end that there, huh?
I got pretty upset.
I'm sorry.
This is a very upsetting story, Zach.
I
Yeah,
told you to
thank-
hold on to your butts.
God.
I tried to give you a decent warning. No, that was a terrible warning.
It was a terrible warning. I
It was a
thought you were
terrible
talking about
warning.
Jurassic Park.
No,
Fuck.
no.
This had nothing to do with dinosaurs.
When I first read it, that was
Yeah, it's like a
That was
train wreck
my-
one. You just
yeah.
go,
Yeah.
oh my god, and you can't help but fucking read it.
Final guess.
People are fucked up. People are fucked up.
My final guess. So the stepdad was Benjamin Franklin? No, it's fun.
you are correct. Ding, 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 ding,
So
ding.
we'll end it there. Thank you guys for tuning in.
And Merry Christmas.
Peace.
Yeah, holy shit, that's that we're gonna tell that family story to end an episode during a family time, huh? Happy holidays. Don't fuck your stepkids, you pieces of shit.
Yep.
All right. Happy holidays, Odd Squad.
Peace out.
Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Bye bye.